Okay, welcome everybody. Today we're going to do something a little different. I'm going to try to explain a little bit on the predictions I've been making for the candlestick open and close, highs and lows of the day for the next day's candlestick. Today's chart, then, we're going to look at Occidental Petroleum, a Warren Buffett stock that's kind of a high um, popular. It's a popular stock right now. So I guess we're gonna go back to, let's see here, maybe what day is this? 8/29, 24. Start with these couple of candlesticks here. Just kind of explain how to read the basic information from them. So we'll start right here. Okay, this is again 8/29/24. Notice the color is green versus the red. You're either going to see red or green. Okay, the green indicates momentum going up for the day, and the red candlestick was price action moving down. For the green candlestick, you'll see the opening right at the bottom of the candlestick, and the close of the day will be at the top of the candlestick. The wicks are the high of the day and the low of the day. Okay, now on the red candlesticks, for price action moving down, the open is at the top versus the bottom on the green, and then the close will be at the bottom of the candlestick. Still, the wicks are the top of the high of the day and low of the day. It's as easy as that. So you can go from basic knowledge to almost mastery in no time. Now there are certain patterns that develops that I won't get into right now, and I think are irrelevant for this channel. So, um, and each candlestick has certain names. Like this one might be a doji candle, and this one might be some kind of a in reversed hammer, or it's a reversal type pattern. But I'll get into that as we run into them. So again, starting at 8/29/24, August 29th, the opening of the day was around $57. The close of the day was 57.22. So was that 22-cent difference? 57 to 57.22. The high then was 57.57, $57.57. The low of the day was $46.41. Okay. And then moving down the next day, 8:30, August 30th. So the open here, this is a red candlestick, price action moving down. So the open is at the top, which is 57.05, 57.05, or 4. Well, it says actually, if you just click on the candlestick, your trading platform will tell you the highs or lows. But I'm just looking at my price action on the side. But the actual high was 57.11. The actual open was 57.04. The close was 56.98, and then the low of the day was 56.37, to be exact. Notice this candlestick had a long wick, okay, which means price didn't stay very long in this range between 56.90 and that low there, 56.30. Okay, so that's going to take into a lot of consideration for if I had to predict the next move the next day. Okay, so you have a support here, like a resistance here, and I'm just talking about this candlestick here. Okay, so if I need support and resistance, I'm going to go a couple of days back and draw out some lines. So I'm just worried, for argument's sake, just the next 2 days. I guess I can put this in right now. I can see, price action kind of blew past it for one day and didn't really make much difference, okay? Until the 29th, when it tried to retest, it didn't even get there, okay? And it closed, uh, a quarter of the way to the resistance line. Now the next day was very important because it didn't even try to acknowledge the resistance line up here, okay? So it wanted to continue down. Now it blew through resistance, okay? So I guess buyers took that as, maybe a fake out or something, tried to dive in at what's probably what pushed price out. Now I want you to look at the resistance, the two resistance lines, the bottom one and the top one. Let's just draw a Fibonacci extension here, okay, real quick. I'm going to get into this later, the extensions, okay? But today is just candlesticks. Look how the retracement, or I guess the open and the close is pretty close to that 61.8%, okay, with momentum going down, all right, indicating the red candlestick. I'm not going to get into today either, but 61.8%, that's a significant close, okay? So my prediction for the next day would be bearish. Now I do see the next day it gapped down. I wonder if that was a weekend. 30th to the 3rd. Yeah, so that was a weekend. That makes sense with the gap. So, anyways, let's see. Let's zoom in a little bit. All right, so I would have predicted a move down, but it being a weekend, those are always hard to predict. But let's just say it was the next day. All right, I would have said, um, I probably would have said it was gonna open on the close for argument's sake right now. Okay, I wouldn't have said it would. Wouldn't have said it would have opened any higher than what it closed at. Okay, now with these two resistance line, I would have definitely said it was gonna try to come back and retest this, maybe this. Okay. Now, in the bigger scheme of things, I would color code these support and resistance to the weight of its importance. All right, so I don't have a lot of time for that. So, matter of fact, bear with me for a second. Okay, yeah. All right, I'm gonna have to wrap this up pretty quick, actually. So, where was I? Oh yeah, so I would have said that it probably would have opened where it closed, come down to retest here, um, and maybe even to here. So I would have my prediction for that next day, more or less, would have been a candlestick that looks like this, with maybe a wick like this to test this line, maybe a fake breakthrough, and then a 50% to here. All right, and then close somewhere below this insignificant um, resistance line. Okay, and then so I'm gonna have to speed things up here a little bit. So you can see here that it continued to move down. All right. Now I want you to pay attention here that each close or open here, close here, open here, close here, a little bit of retracement here on the open, close, and then open and close. These four candlesticks almost, except for this one here, closed and opened right where it ended the next day. All right. Now this one here, I'm just gonna throw this out there. I bet you it's a 61.8 retracement. Let's see here. Look at that, 61.8% right here. It was on its way. Okay, so that's pretty close for three candlesticks. Again, I won't get into the psychology of how that works right now, but anyways, that's going to continue price movement to the downside. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. All right. So then this leaves us with this candlestick here. See this green one? All right. So now we're flat, okay, for this day. And what's the next day? The 9:10, 9:9, okay, and then 9:11. So this is like a Wednesday. All right. So we were real flat here on this day. Typically, some people might say it's a reversal, but really it had to be down here for it to be a reversal. It closed pretty much where it closed the next day. So maybe there was some kind of news they were waiting for the next day, and it proceeded to go lower again, open where it closed, finishing lower, And I'm trying to speed through this a little bit. Okay, so now this candle right here was actually our reversal. Alright, this one actually could have looked like a reversal, but if you were going to trade this, you would put your stop loss pretty much right where it opened, okay? So you kind of wait to see if it goes up and, go long. If you think this is a reversal, you want to go long, right? So you just put your stop loss right where it opened. It goes up, comes down, breaks it, you're out. Now it's going down. You want to know where it's going down? Well, because this is imitated a reversal pattern, I would personally just take my extension again and oops, wrong way. And I'm probably looking for like a 1236, 123.6 or 161.8. And there's the 161.8. That would have been one of my targets for the next day. Okay, if that broke that close. Anyways, I'll have another video for these Fibonacci's and when to place them, how to place them, and what to get out of them. But for now, I'm going to leave it as that. We're going to continue on. Hopefully you're getting the idea of these candlestick patterns. So that was the reversal candle, right? So now you want to know where you can see by the next 3 days it's stepping up. It's opening where it closes, opening where it closes, except for this one, it's jumped above. So that's indicating price is going to move further. All right, I won't get into that right now because I'm running low on time. So let's just say where's price going to go? Now I've seen my indicators. I knew that it was going to be a weak trend up. I had already placed that in another video. So just for argument's sake, where's price going? Here's a 161.8. So on this day right here, I would have set that target. Okay, at 52.62, it hit it. I think I already know this one goes up a little bit more. Oh no, it went down. Okay, that's right. So I hope this isn't getting cut off on the screen. It's gonna make me mad. Alright, so now we got a big pullback, okay? I already took profit here, okay? The next day he's pulling back. Now I need to know where it came back from. So I'm going to get this whole move. And man, it came right back to 61.8. That is a big push higher, or at least a fast push higher, okay? So like I said, I already knew this was going to be a weak trend up if it reversed anywhere through these days, okay? Now the next question is where's it going to go if it bounces off the 61.8 here, all right? Remove this. I go from this move still. This one would have been a tough one. I think I would have lost on this one. I was aiming for the 123.6 on this one. But it didn't reach it, okay? And I think I would have had my stop loss probably on the close of this candlestick right here. So, anyways, can't win them all. But I didn't play that one anyway, so remove that, remove this, and we're going to try to finish this one up. I think we got a couple more days. So you can see that, boom, it just gapped down, gapped down. That's a big move down, okay? But like I said, I had my indicators. I already knew that it was going to be this move here from, what is this, 9/11 to here. I knew it was going to be weak, so I already was anticipating the downturn. But those are for my indicators, and I will go over those at another time. Like I said, I'm trying to get 2 videos out in one here. I'm really going for the price action prediction on this one. I just wanted to give you my thoughts on how the proceeding into it. Okay. So, anyways, this leaves us with Friday's candlestick right here. Now, this is a kind of a typical scenario where you'll have 3 candlesticks in a row, the same momentum. I can't even remember the pattern off my top of my head right now, but this one's a little bit different than the one I'm talking about because it ends up with a reversal right here. You can tell by the long wick and the short wick on the bottom. Long wick on the top, short on the top, or short on the bottom with kind of a I don't know, small body. Okay. But if you look here, also a lot of traders are going to notice the double bottom. Okay. I mean, it's not quite a double bottom, but you know, they're going to play that. All right. So people are going long right now on this, and I just, to me, I don't know. I haven't really looked at my indicators, but I guess I should if I'm going to do a prediction. Give me 1 second here. All right. So we're on the daily, right? Okay. Um, Oversold here on the MACD. My signal line here, though, is so bearish, so bearish. But eventually we do have to get a turn, and we did have one little turn that previous last week, what I indicated, and then the RSI. I think maybe it's trying to push up to the 50 here, and that's where you're going to get your bounce. So maybe, yeah, maybe we got a couple green days for Oxy here, Occidental, and then the momentum. You can see that it is creeping up, so the strength is going to be on the upside when it reaches, and so there could be some turn. I do see the signal line probably trying to get back to zero. So, you know what, maybe I would go into the next couple of days a little bullish on this stock. Alright, now let's see how far it has moved up already. It's got about 38.2%, so I would say we're at least going to the 50. And let's see, it's been a weekend though. Let's see, futures are open right now, so we're just going to cheat a little bit here. And I think we're up on futures, yeah. But it's just opened, and it's not really. We didn't gap up, all right, but it is trying to creep up. So I'm thinking for tomorrow's prediction for OXY. I'm going to go ahead and say that maybe we get an open just above the wick of the high of the day. I think we're going to get past this, because if I remember correctly, the 50% was somewhere around there. Let me look again. I always want to try to hit that 61.8, but I don't think it's going to do it tomorrow. Okay, so I think it's going to try to, and then maybe pull back, try to close just above the 50%, ending on a bullish day. So therefore, let's see here. Let me finish this up. Oops. Like so. And then, whoops, that's not what I want. And then the wick trying to get to the 61.8%. And this ending the day bullish, so the color is going to be what? The color is going to be green. Okay, well that's my candlestick for tomorrow. Let me make sure that wick is at 61. I don't think it's going to get there, but that's going to be my high. So here we go. If I was to trade this tomorrow, I would say, I'm trying to do this with one hand, holding the mic the other. Entry then would be what? Entry would be, I mean, if you can get it somewhere around 51.20, that's pretty darn good, I would say. I'll put 21, give you a cent. There you go. Alright, entry there, and then your stop loss is gonna be. This one's gonna be a little tricky, so there may not be tradable tomorrow. To be honest, I mean you're gonna have to catch it quick. If you miss your entry, you're gonna have to get out quick. I think. Um, Honestly, I think the stop loss you're gonna have to, because the risk to reward on this isn't gonna go very high. You're gonna have to stop it at 50.82. All right, that's what I would do. Wait, what did I say? 50, 50.80. Yeah. All right. Put this one in red, indicate stop, and then your profits. Man, if it can reach 51.90, definitely get out. But stocks can do whatever they want to do, I guess. 51.90. So you might leave a little bit on the table tomorrow because it's Monday. Not really sure. I mean, I know there's some news going on with people on strike at the rigs around the ports. I mean, so I don't know when that's gonna happen, or if it happens. What did I say? 51.90. All right, indicate. Put that one in green. All right, so that's it. That is your candlestick for tomorrow for Occidental Petroleum, Mr. Buffett's heavy loaded stock, apparently. Let me just take a second look here, see if I missed anything. I mean, right on that 61.8%, you got a pretty good resistance line too, so I just don't see it breaking that. But if it breaks it, trade the momentum, right? I mean, if it keeps going, I think your next line then is 52.23, and then definitely 52.99, $53. I can put that in there. I wouldn't think of going any higher than that tomorrow. I'm just gonna put that up there. And again, I hope this isn't getting cut off. I'm gonna have to slide this over. Alright, now you probably can see what I'm talking about for the last hour. We're at about, 10 minutes? It feels like an hour. Just checking futures again. Yeah, we're just having a hard time getting positive here. So, where are we at? 52.27. I'm gonna say, yeah, 52.27 on this. Alright, so that is it. I think I'm good to go in there. So entry somewhere around 520. I mean, even if it breaks this last candlestick on Friday, I'd be cautious. It can kind of hit some branches here on the way down. But or if you want to wait to see if it comes back to 50.66, maybe that would be an option to play. Hold, kind of wait and see if you want to let it go down 50.60. I'll write that in there. Okay, so I mean, if you're kind of hesitant here on the 51.20, you don't get it because it looks like you have to be in there quick, right? But for some reason you don't get in there, and maybe it doesn't go to 51.90 and it starts trailing back down, I wouldn't try to go long till 50. 60, okay? Um, there's a reason I'm saying that and not 50-10, or it has to do again with the Fibonacci retracements and all that. So